Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Sweet. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Liam? Let me know if you can hear me all right. We're going to get on started. I think my lighting is okay. Hopefully it's not too grainy. Let me change to white balance. Let's cool it down a little bit, but not too much. I think this looks good. All right, 60 frames. All right, I think everything's good to go. Hello, hello. What's up, aloha? Konnichiwa. Hear me loud and clear. Very nice. We don't see a camera. Only good. Yeah, I was testing it before we turned it on, but here we go. And just make sure we have all our stuff in order before we get full in. Make sure. Okay, so autofocus is working and exposure looks decent. One thing is this paper is gray. Or it's actually a little bit silver metallic. You can't really tell on camera. Not yet, at least. But it's blending into the background, which is also gray. Normally I don't fold like this exact tone of gray colors, but I think it's not blending too bad. It just kind of looks very gray. Looks amazing. Thank you. Yeah, we are in the middle of the collapse, as you can see. It's not fully done yet. But it's getting there for sure. And then now I'll give like a slight explanation since we're starting up, but thank you everyone for joining so far. I'm going to do a quick plug on my Instagram as well and get a couple more people wrapped in here before we start. Let me share, but this should be a very exciting stream. If you couldn't tell from the title, this is like the last samurai stream. I don't know if I'll show the shaping. Maybe I'll show the shaping, but this might be the very last samurai stream in a really long time because I don't plan on making the version 5. This one is kind of, I think it's pretty excellent, but that might change in like a year or two. We'll have to see, right? All right. Instagram is posting. Boom. And we're good to go. All right, yeah, guys. Well, welcome to the stream. Origami by Boys, as you know, we're folding. So this is the Samurai version 4, designed by designed by me, but it is optimized and improved by Mark H or Mark Hank. I've done an origami review episode on him, so if you haven't seen that, go check that out to see some of his work. It's super impressive. But yeah, he's really good at this stuff and designed like a more efficient way to add more of the patterns in. So let me grab the other version 4 and we can compare. All right, so with the version 4, we introduced this motif, I guess, with the square twists into shoulder pads, right? As well as, of course, the obvious improvements. And it's also showing up here. On Mark's version, it's going to have that motif in the chest, in the shoulder pads, in the back waistcoat, and the legs. So it's like even more spots for all that detail. And there should be room to shape the legs fully 3D. So if you look at this one, they're rounded from the sides and from the front, but from the back you can see it's hollowed out, right? Hopefully we'll be able to shape these legs all the way around, and it should be pretty good. What's up, Simon? Thanks for joining. Liam, you're folding as well. Sweet. Really nice to have these live streams. Thanks, man. What are you folding? Let me know. But we'll be streaming. I have to check the crease pattern actually, because while part of it's collapsed, I don't have all the details pre-creased since I didn't need it. Some of them are a little bit tricky, so we gotta check that out. And I don't know exactly if I pre-creased or how much I pre-creased here. I probably should have pre-creased a little bit more, but that's okay. Okay, so if anything, I'm gonna pull out this edge here. So one of the main things we have to do is the back area and the legs are a little bit challenging to collapse, as well as the level shifters in the chest. So the chest is like collapsed-ish, just not with the level shifters. Normally you'd do this first, but I didn't for some reason. So we're going to do that now before I do the legs. But even before that, I'm just going to get this collapsed like that, and the very back doesn't matter as much. I just need like this area to be good to go, and it should free itself up pretty cleanly. Now, if you're wondering how that square twist is formed, it actually, I've been working on something else. This is going to be a tessellation, and it uses the same structure as the square twist that I do, which is basically something like this, right? We have a 1x2 flap by 1x2 flap, and on the inside it's got, right, 4 edges connect to it, and this is what squashes into the square twist. So it's basically a bunch of these placed throughout the model. What's up, Alan? Yo, yo, yo. Good to see you, man. What's up, Kiwi? If not samurai, then will you be focusing on animals? Probably not. There's still other humanoid models I want to, like, ideas I have. I might be doing a hex-pleated crab, though. So if I do animals, the hex-pleated crab is on my list. Right on time, Mark. So for the people who just hopped in, the Samurai version 4 is optimized by Mark. So he made quite substantial changes to the design to give it all these square twist patterns everywhere. It's going to look pretty cool. I think once we start folding those out, you'll be able to see it pretty clearly. We'll see if we get that done today, but first let's get these level shifters done. I'm going to try to stay in frame, but I'm going to have to look at the crease pattern while I do this, as I have forgotten. I'm pretty sure I pre-creased these, so I should be fine. But in case I didn't, I have the crease pattern nice and handy. And yeah, I definitely probably should have done this before I collapsed the rest of it, but we can just unfold and collapse the level shifters, and I do have them pre-creased, so that's good. Trying to think which order I should do these in. It looks like, at least in the crease pattern, these ones come first. So we'll do them first. And I guess I don't really have to do these the exact same way Mark probably did them. If anything, I can collapse them and then I can reorder level shifters later, because the pleat here comes on top to form that one, but I did not do that. Lol. Maybe we should get these ones out, though. Okay, no, this can stay collapsed like that. Let's, this one is mountain here. And Mark, if you see me doing something like way harder than it's supposed to be, feel free to let me know, and I can try the simpler approach. But it's something like this. Just gotta punch this back in on the crease. That should complete that top half of the level shifters. Mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain. Okay, we got that side. Yo, 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 what's up, Severio? Henri, hello. The order of the folds doesn't affect the final base. Ah, true. Affects the cleanliness. Yeah, I guess that's... I mean, as long as the messy parts are hidden, right? And we're good to go. Nah, just kidding. But, okay, I think I got the hang of it. So, you know, I had this collapse like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So coming back to it is definitely a little interesting to remember exactly everything. But, okay, we got that half. Did I go out of frame? Okay, I'm still kind of in frame. Let me try to show. Alright, so it's like that. And we'll do this section after this. This looks the exact same, so that should be fine. Just on the opposite end. So we're gonna come down here. And which one is mountain? This one's mountain. And then this one's mountain. Okay, so not too much parachuting. What paper are you using? So this is, thanks for asking, by the way, this is the mulberry tissue. Not mulberry tissue? Mulberry paper by Legion Papers. So if you watched my Crunchyroll Hime video, it's the same paper that I used for that model, which I can show right now. Actually, okay. So let me take her off the stand. I've been so I got sponsored, right, for this video, and they sent me like a bunch of this paper, and it's really, really nice paper, especially for humanoids. It's like the proper thickness, up to 48 grid. About, you probably go a little bit higher, but it's really nice. Like, you can tell once I have this in, it's locked in on its own. There's plenty of room for shaping. It's really crisp. It's clean. It's like all the benefits of a normal mulberry paper, but without the large uneven fibers running through it. The Phoenix is also the same paper. So I've been, like, my past couple folds have all been from this same paper. Let's autofocus back. Just like that. And my autofocus is freaking out. Hold on, guys. I'm resetting my focus. Gonna be right. Phoenix is too hot to get in frame. Yeah, one second. Let me, okay. I think we're back, right? There we go. Phoenix. And actually, yeah, so this is the first time the Phoenix is being shown on a stream outside of the battle with Tadashi Mori. Honestly, I wish I could have color changed it. The wings are technically color change on one side. I forget which. I think it's actually this side is color changed. So I could have had some fancy color changes going on, and like inverted these ones. I just didn't have time. The paint that I used is semi-metallic, so you can see it reflecting a ton of the light. So it kind of looks cool. I don't know. I think I could have done a bit better. Right, you can see the difference in oranges for sure. But not bad, right? Not great, not bad. But this paper is amazing. So even though I'm sponsored, like unbiased opinion, it's a really good paper. It's really fun to use. I guess it's kind of biased. But the main thing is this fold will be competing against Wenjo rice paper. So this is actually this is technically fake Wenjo. So maybe not against real Wenjo, but at least against fake Wenjo, which I would say this handled like 80% like real Wenjo. The real Wenjo was actually softer than this. This one is a little bit closer to this, at least from what I assume. Um, but yeah. Okay, let's continue on. With these level shifters, I like halted midway, but that's the paper I'm using. Great question. Great question indeed. Where's my crease pattern? By the way, if I go out of focus, do let me know. Because, yeah. Right now I'm looking at the crease pattern, so I might be distracted from seeing that my camera is super blurry. But try to get this one done. Almost got it. Just gotta got stuck. All right. There we go. Sweet. All right, that wasn't too bad. Now we have our level shifter. And then now we have to free this top flap. So this right here is going to be our pattern. And so let's not crease too tightly. At least on the bottom, this is going to stay the same for the most part, I believe. Mark has something going on here. I'm trying to think if that's just a hinge or if it's something. I think, is that for... that might just be the flat fold. Basically, the creases look like it just hinges in. I don't think I need to do that, but we'll remember that I didn't do it, just in case I do. But for here, we just gotta free this side. Actually, I might have to unfold this top part slightly to free it. Basically, as the pleat. I'm gonna pull it out this way. And I probably should have pre-creased this. After doing the tessellation one I was working on, I realized how much easier it is to fold cleanly when you pre-crease this part. Even though you technically don't have to, because it's fairly easy to free fold. Like everything lines back up pretty well. But it is nice when it just automatically comes together. Mountain Valley. And this part just swivels down. Let's not do that bottom one yet. Let's just do the top one. Try to get it clean. So let me try to show what I'm doing now that I have it a little bit under more underhanded. I basically did this part right here, which involved, I'll do it on the other side actually, so you can really see what's going on. Basically from this side, I'm like pulling this open to free this layer, and then it swivels this way to fold back into our level shifted pleat, or the pleat used for level shifter. The face is kind of getting in the way, right? Howdy! That one Levin Boyo, how are you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Came in at a good time. We're doing a little bit of a challenging part. It's not too challenging, but it's a little bit dexterous, a little bit fidgety. But we're almost there. I think we got the main hurdle out of the way. So it's kind of the same thing on this side, except it's actually a little bit easier because we just have a regular pleat instead of a pleat that's connected to the level shifter. So there's more room to manipulate the paper without messing it up too much. So just like that, and then same thing on this side. Just free this. And so this is why, like, you don't really need to pre-crease this, but when you do pre-crease it, when you pull out that layer, it just kind of like, it feels like it clicks in to its spot. But this is not bad. And let me try to move the face out of the way so you can see what we did here. There we go. Kind of small, right? But not bad. And I think I'm actually going to fold the pattern into this now, just so you guys can see what it's going to look like. And also, I think it'll be easier for me to do before everything else is folded. Actually, you know, it probably doesn't matter. But we're going to do it anyways. But what I like to do is we can flatten this stuff out. I'm going to fold all the corners to the middle, kind of like you would if you're making a paper box. But obviously, folding points to a middle, right? 4 points. It's never fully perfect. That's totally fine. It's going to be the same here. I'm just kind of getting the gist of where it should be. All 4 sides. And then we're actually going to divide the it in half again, because that's the one part is for the transition and the other part is for the actual squash fold. You've got some awesome models. Hope to try them one day. Sweet. Thank you. If you do try them, definitely, you know, if you finish it, tag me on Instagram. I'd love to see it. Well, thank you. Mark, yeah, that part doesn't need to be free, only the top part of the pattern. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And then from here, this is kind of a, I don't know how well this is going to pick up on camera, but I have to fold this in half. And I'm going to try to do this one pretty cleanly, because this kind of determines our squash fold. Like how square it is. And since the layers are kind of unevenly distributed, just want to be careful to try to get it as, even though we're folding through them, get it as even as possible and as in line as possible. It's definitely a little bit small. Got 2 more on the top. Just like this. That one might have been a little bit too small, but the nice thing is, when we do the squash fold, we can adjust. As long as we don't press down too hard, too quickly, we should be able to adjust everything. At least I hope so. Alright, so we did that small little bit of pre-creasing. Last thing we need to pre-crease is just right here. Or at least this is the sequence I like to do. Is I get the half crease using our existing creases. Then I fold it down while using the other ones we made, which was just folding the corners into the center like that. And then same thing on the other side, all at the same time. Maybe I should just fold the head up a little bit. Here, I can clip the neck in place. And I think that might help you guys see a little better. It'll help me see too. Just like that, and then let it fold down, just like so. All right, so that's the start of our square twists. I'm gonna drink some water. Also, Silveria, if you're still here, it looks like the membership badge got messed up, at least the transparency. So this is a reminder to myself to fix it. But by the way, guys, YouTube members have some new perks. So there are new membership badges and stickers. Let me see if I can do one right here. Yeah, there you go. But also, if you join the membership, you also get access to the Origami by Voice Discord, which is kind of just a direct channel to interact with me and the other OBB members. So if you need help, if you want to see all the stuff I'm doing in the background, like the Crunchyroll Hime was a kind of a secret project for a while, but the members knew about it since I started working on it. They get all the crease patterns. They got to see this first. All that sorts of stuff. If that interests you and you have a little bit extra to support the channel, might be of interest to you. You also get access to the OBB Minecraft server if you play Minecraft. That's a new perk. But yeah. All right, that's enough of the plug. Here we're going for this squash fold, and well, I'm pretty sure I don't need my tweezers to do this. I kind of want to use them just to be extra clean, or at least this tool to poke in the middle before it gets trapped. Yeah, let's just use our tweezer here to stay clean. Normally I would, on the edge ones, I would stick my finger inside all of the layers, but since this is like super in the middle and a bunch of layers in the way, I can't exactly do that. There you go. Now we're just going to try to square it out as much as possible. You're going to see that it's not perfectly square, but at least see if we can fix that a little bit, but it shouldn't matter too much in the grand scheme, because we're gonna, at least in the shaping, you might not see this actually this detail too much unless if you see it in person or from a different angle. Okay, there you go. So I squared it out a little bit more by stretching it just a bit further. Now it's a bit more square. I think the more important part though is that all the corners are relatively clean. It should be fine. Let's get this one started. All right, let's see. Once again, the face is kind of blocking the top one. I'll try to do it like this so you guys can see what's happening. But yeah, what's everyone working on? I know Liam's working on the Hercules by Sanpreet. What other origami folding projects are happening? I know that since it's summer, sometimes even though people are out of school, you don't fold quite as much, but other times people start big projects as well. So if you guys got anything interesting going on, definitely you can share it to chat. All right, we got next one. Mark, I'm folding. Oh, yeah. I wonder what samurai it could possibly be, Mark. That you're also folding. That's pretty exciting. And you guys, everyone else heard it here first. Mark is also folding this samurai. So I wonder, you know, me and Mark folding samurais at the same time. I wonder what that could possibly mean. This is real content. Thank you. I hope it's at least mildly interesting. I know sometimes when I am really slow, might not be too much, but thank you. I should have done the bottom one first. But I think at least the interesting thing about live streams, right, besides being able to respond to questions, is like you got to see me fold and the different techniques I use, or how slow or fast I am, or if I mess up, you know, you gotta see all that live. This is what origami is all about. Hey, yes sir, we are folding the paper. Okay, but yeah, so I folded this top one first. Yeah, it would have been definitely easier if I did the bottom one first. Just since, like, to lay flat, both of them have to be finished. The bottom one has way more space for me to pull it, but that's okay. It's like good enough. And this part got a little bit stuck. Yeah, I brought out the Phoenix earlier. I also want to ask you guys, my viewers, what did you guys think about the battle between Tadashi, Mori, and I? Did you like that kind of content? You know, I think when Tadashi and I did it, we both knew this is kind of like a risk. Like, there's risk and reward. You know, maybe some people will really not like the drama. You know, okay, obviously the drama is like me and Tadashi are friends, like, right? We're chill. We're very chill with each other. But you know, sometimes people take it too far that don't realize it's for fun, or they think it's too cringy. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think like overall we got a pretty positive response, but you know, obviously it's good to hear feedback. If it wasn't perfect, you know, it's our first time trying, let me know. And then what I'm doing right here is I realized if I actually get the structure for the face, I think it'll be a little bit out of the way. And what I mean structure by the face is, here's another, there you go, part right here. Did I pre-crease this? I'm pretty sure I did. Okay, I did. It's like a squash fold inside the layers to do the face. And that's just going to split this flap up a little bit. Oh, maybe I didn't pre-crease it. Okay. That is a problem, but not too bad of a problem. Okay, I just created that crease. I pre-creased the bottom part, but which is good, but not the top part. The top part is important. Because of that, I'm having to struggle just a little bit. There we go. We pop that open. Pop this open. And there we go. Was a success in my eyes. You'll still do other. Oh yeah, I'll do other streams, and I have some ideas for other streams too that aren't just folding. Obviously, folding will be the basis, but I'll try to elevate it further. For example, let me give you guys a sneak peek. And if you have seen my Twitch streams, you might know what this is. But I was thinking, you know, if I'm on Ori Edit, how can I make it more interesting? So let's see if this works here. If I add, is it display game capture, window capture? I think it's window capture. No, it's not window capture. Hold on. Let me oh, I know what it is. It's not on this OBS thing. Okay, I think it's window capture. Keyboard. There we go. Look at this. So say for example, let's open Ori. Do I want to leak the crease pattern? Okay, hold on. Let me not fully leak. I mean, it's okay. It's pretty much the same. I think if I do this. Oh, wow. I should be doing this in studio mode, but it's okay. There we go. Ori edit, right? So if I have that, and then for the keyboard, let me filter out the background. Oh, not this. Wait, was that it? Maybe that was it. Hold on. I think mask works better. No? Sorry, guys. I thought I would set this up a little bit faster. But I think you get what I mean, right? Okay, whatever. I'll figure out the exact thing. But say I'm on Ori Edit, and then as I'm drawing, like I have these keybinds. So say right, we want to draw some lines. I want to do like this. Right, you can kind of get a sense of what we're doing. I don't know. It'll be better when I set this up. Maybe I shouldn't introduce this now, but we got plans for future streams. Is the TLDR. Okay, let's put that away. Back to fold in. Sorry, I went on a complete tangent there. I don't know where I got so distracted. Glad you're doing this. Thank you. It was funny when Tadashi almost left his own video. That was funny. Dude, his comedic timing is pretty on spot. I really enjoyed watching Tadashi's video. I think the way he put it together was really smart and really cool and really funny. Okay, let's do the legs and then we'll fix this thing in the back. And then, or should we do the back first? Nah, let's do the legs. I kind of want to do the legs. Okay. So, but yeah, one thing though, one funny response is some people didn't quite realize it was, you know, for fun, because they don't know me, which it's fine. Like we expected that to happen. So I did get some there. If you go to the original video, like the drama video that Tadashi posted, there's some funny comments there. Like who's this voice guy? You know, he thinks he's some arrogant master or whatever like that. Or and then like other people they pointed out, you know, Tadashi. It's like, oh, Boyce is my enemy. And then 2 seconds later, he shows his YouTube members, you know, the supporters. He's like, oh, and thanks to all the supporters, blah, blah, blah. And he put my name on like the very top of that list, which is really, really funny. So, I don't know. Some people caught that. I thought it was hilarious. I also got some other comments. Actually, some people, or one person went to my very first YouTube video, I think. And this is kind of recent. And I'm saying this not to expose them or anything, but I mean, it's public, so it's fine. But I think they still don't understand, you know, what went down. So they commented like, "Oh, boys, you bribed Tadashi Mori," and I was like, "I bribed Tadashi Mori? What?" It was like, "How did you come to that conclusion?" It was very, very interesting. But I think overall it was pretty fun, pretty funny too. And then shout out to Essential Origami. He made like a breakdown video that's like absolute pure comedy of both hyping up the battle and then after the battle. Tadashi and I did not ask him to do this, but he like captured the essence of this battle, like the comedy part, so well. You know, maybe we'll have to collaborate in the future. But basically at the very start of the video, he's like, disclaimer, bunch of comments, you know, this video is made entirely of comments taken out of context. And the way he took them out of context is so funny. But yeah, I don't know, if you guys haven't seen that, it's really great. And I think the best part of it is overall, yeah, it's harmless fun, you know, like me and Tadashi, we're friends. We're not seriously you know, enemies or anything, but at least it gave some spice to the public, just to hype up the battle. And the battle part was real, you know, like we were actually competing to see if who can make the better Phoenix. That part was all real, but you know, gave it a little edge with that drama. Camera check, thank you, Mark. Oh wow, it is gone. Hello, camera died. All right. Time for the backup plan. And why is this? Okay. My other camera is kind of trapped in place. We're gonna. Uh-oh. Wire stuck. We're gonna get a studio mode. This camera. We're gonna let our other camera cool down just a little bit. It's gonna look a little bit worse from this angle. But all right. I think we're good. Definitely a little bit more grainy and overexposed. Let me try to make this a little bit better. Is that too dark? Maybe that's too dark. No, okay, we'll leave it for now until our camera cools down a little bit, and then we'll turn it back on. But yeah, that was some behind the scenes on Tadashi and I's battle there. It's pretty fun. Okay, let me look at the crease pattern again, just to see the legs. I only need to look at one leg. Okay, so I think I can just follow my creases and then level shifters. And yeah, so we'll get the base structure first. Let's see, how far does this go up? All the way up till here. Yeah, one cool thing, you know, there's I really appreciate Tadashi for his really creative ideas. Like you know, there's origami YouTubers, but I think most of the origami content right now from the active YouTubers is like tutorials, right? And maybe a showcase, but most of them are tutorials. Tadashi, and with our collab, I think, this is a new format for sure that future origami YouTubers maybe they'll participate too. But it's trying something new. Yeah, I mean, already there's not that many active origami YouTubers. There used to be a lot more, I think, especially tutorial makers. But when you start to think about like actual content, like fun content for origami people, there's not too much. I think Grant he's done a decent job at trying to do some more entertaining style videos as well. But right, you can kind of count them on your hand because there's really not that many. And it's hard to think of new ideas too. So I think it was really cool that Tadashi was able to think of that, and I'm very thankful he invited me to help him out with that. But perhaps this opens a gate in the future for other fun origami content and collaborations, and maybe if you guys start making YouTube channels, or you can battle somebody or something like that. I don't know, but lots of fun, lots of potential for fun, right? Alright, forgot that this part of the leg is different. Just double check the crease pattern. So this goes mountain, mountain, mountain. So this one pushes up. This one goes down to here. And then here, and then here. Okay, so I had it wrong. I think I might need to collapse more of the center area to let the rest of it collapse properly. But we'll hold that in place for now and work on the other side. Just poke this into place. Yeah, I think I wish this camera I'm using didn't overheat as much. That might be the next like big upgrade for my setup, is a high quality camera that doesn't overheat. Yes, it's quite annoying. Like, it's weird. Sometimes this camera overheats in an hour. Sometimes it overheats in 2 hours. Sometimes it's shorter, right? It's kind of random. But I've been using this thing for how many years now? Maybe 5 or 6 years. 5 years. I think I got pretty good use out of it, Worked well. Definitely did its job. Okay, so this helps for over here, which is going to be used to swivel this half. So what did I miss? My computer did I? Oh no. I think all you missed is like I talked about the battle with Tadashi Mori a little bit. I talked about I don't know what else I talked to. I'm talking about my camera a little bit. Yeah, what did Mark say? That's different because the axis shifter gets in the way otherwise. Yeah, exactly. So this one pushes it forward so that there's space for that axis shift, which is here. I probably should collapse the other side a little bit more first, but I'm setting it up like that, so that we're ready. Okay, and then once we collapse this, then we can push it down. So on this side, it's simpler, actually. Like this. Yeah, Silverio, what did you think about the tadashi mori battle? What's your opinions on it? You know, or less so about the content of the battle, but more of the you know, how'd you like the format? You know, do you want to see more of that kind of stuff in the future? More collaborative battles? You know, maybe some fake drama to hype it up a little bit. You know. It kind of adds some fun, you know, it's some banter, some what I call it, like harmless, very harmless fun. No feelings hurt, but definitely some funny roasts and yeah. I really like how it was almost like y'all were having a conversation. Ooh, yeah. Um, yeah, right. That's kind of how it was like a back and forth, right? So he made a drama video. You know, we interacted with the comments and the posting, and then even in our videos that we replied to each other with, right? It's this kind of call response, that kind of style. Okay, that's good to remember. I think you're right. That is definitely a strong suit for our battle. Greetings from Bolivia. Love your work. Thank you so much. Welcome to the stream, and thanks for watching. All right, I almost have this. I want to make sure that the axis is clean before I squish this all down, because we need room for this part here, and I don't want it to get in the way. But I think we're good. All right, so there we go. For the waistcoats, we have right here, and we have some extra room down here to shape out. But before we get into that, we have all this stuff to take care of. So there are some level shifters, as well as some ridge pleats to take care of beforehand. And I think we can do the level shifters first, or maybe I think I'll do the ridge pleats first. I really like I liked yours better, might be because it's box pleat. Thank you. You know, I think it was interesting, you know, one person called me generic, which is, you know, it's totally fair. My Phoenix generic. However, most origami Phoenixes are not box pleated, right? So like that's kind of a different approach. And if they are box pleated, a lot of them are diagonally box pleated. So I thought I was being a little less generic, at least. But maybe it came off a little. No, I don't think it was generic actually. I think you know, I tried to hear out everyone's opinions. I think I disagree with that one. I don't think mine was generic. I just needed to make my tail longer, right? And I think I would have made more people happy. That's totally fine. It was more that, like, I folded the 40 grid, it fit nicely, it packed nicely. I was like, do I really want to do a 48 grid just to make the tail a little longer? I was like, nah. But maybe I should have. That's okay. This one, and then fold this forward. Meant to ask you some time ago. I was wondering if you have the crease pattern for the Ancient Dragon Slayer. I don't. So you're talking about the first one, right? The one that's holding the ancient dragon head. Ancient dragon head? Yeah. I don't. Unfortunately. I tried to draw it, and when I tried to draw it, I did not understand crease patterns as well as I do now. So all I know is it's a 64 grid. It's got a lot of middle flaps, and then a dragon head in one corner. But other than that, it's like I could probably draw what I think it is, but it's probably not exactly right. The sword is actually very similar to the Chainsaw Man arm, just with the whole arm, you know, the same connection unit as the samurai sword. But yeah, it's sadly I do not have that. Kind of wanted full. Yeah, you know, I might. I need to. I need to look at it a bit more. I think the helmet is pretty free folded, but it's very similar to the great. It's like between the sword plate armor helmet and the great swordsman helmet. I think. I think you know, it's just a couple small flaps in the middle. That's just shaped, and then the armor is like middle flaps pleated together or something like that. Maybe I'll try to draw it up, but oh no, you know what? I think it's 72 grid. I'm pretty sure it can fit in a 64 though. I had like way too many flaps left over. I had no idea like how to pack anything, or yeah, I didn't know how to pack box beam. I just chose a grid and sent it. Right, but yeah. I can probably do better. Aloha, are you going to... Oh, Mark, in what way is your phoenix generic? The wings come from the... yeah, exactly, right? Like, even the anatomy is... is not generic. Are you gonna do some pre-shaping today or not? I don't know. I gotta see actually what I can do, like how much. And let me try to go to this link. Silverio, is that the Dragon Slayer? Yeah, this one. Oh, I had shoulder pads too. Yeah, I believe the legs are just... Okay, okay. I think I can redraw this. You know, maybe we'll actually make the Dragon Slayer version 2. Because the other Dragon Slayer I have, it is version 2, but it's not quite the same as holding an ancient dragon head. Right? We can try. That'll be down in the line, though. Honestly, I think you might be good enough, Silverio, to pack it. Some things to... Oh, yeah. What doesn't make sense to you? I'll try to clear it up, Aloha. But, oh, you mean in shaping, like in the samurai shaping. Are you folding the version 4 as well? If you're doing the version 4, then I have the other one that I might be able to explain a little bit, but not too sure. This is the these legs are a little bit different, I think. It's actually wait. Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay, from here, now it's inverted technically, so I have to use my brain a little bit to extrapolate where these things go. Okay, so we have, where is that level shifter? So it's valley, mountain, valley, and then it unfolds. Okay, so valley, mountain, valley. Is it here? Where's my pre-create? Maybe I should find the level shifter. Valley, mountain, valley 2, and then valley, mountain, and then the mountain opens up. But let's just do this side first. So, okay, I see it. It's in here. And this is less of a shift, more of a swivel. So up there, that valley, between the two valleys, is open. Here. And what swivels? Is it here? Here, this. This swivels. Okay, okay. Hang in there. Like that. There you go. Okay, okay, okay. I see, I see. Sorry. I used to be scared of middle flaps till I folded Bodo's Stegosaurus skull. Yeah, you have all the practice you need with middle flaps now, right? That is a, that's got a lot. For sure. Oh, I see. I see. Interesting, interesting. Okay, and then where does it reconnect? Or re-swivel back? Inside here. Okay, okay. So there is a... Which one is it? Right here? Like that. Try Chris's Ancient Dragon Skeleton too. Those monsters like... Yeah, there you go. Oh man, yeah, the skeletons, right? It's like 99% middle flaps. You'll basically be super confident in them when you're done. Okay, so these actually poke up into... I see, so it's like this. Except it's 1, 2, 3, so I should do all the edge one first. Like this. 1, 2, 3. Is that the right one? I mean, it has to be this one, right? These are some very interesting legs, Mark. So one thing that Mark was having me do was to actually, use more of the space for leg details instead of my normal just one ridge. And I knew that if I folded these legs, I would learn a lot from the way Mark designs them. And indeed, I am learning. This is very, very cool. I never thought to use the back of the leg like this to have it come out, because normally I use the front of the leg, but it self-intersects normally. And all I had to do was use the other side so that it wouldn't self-intersect, and then you can do stuff like this. Crazy, right? Ooh, now this is interesting to fold because it goes through the layers, but it doesn't want to obey quite yet. This would be another where if I actually pre-crease these, it would just click in to place. There we go. Let me look really quick. Yeah. So what I mean by Mark's legs, right? So like, it's going to be able to flat fold and be like this, right? My legs, they're squash folded on the other side, so the level shifter goes in this way instead of out that way. That means I have to like swivel the whole leg out and down to get it to lay flat, which like is possible, but I don't draw into the crease pattern because it would self-intersect or something. Yeah, it's a huge mess, but all can be avoided by just doing it this way. And you get the exact same textures basically, like, or more. Very nice, Mark. Sasuga Mark. Very nice. I also like how you shifted these down to be in the right spot, but not actually shifting the unit down. You just do it internally here. That is neat. Very, very big brain. Okay, I think if I don't open up that side as much, it will stay in the pocket, so I don't have to there you go. That was way easier than the other side. And this way, the layers are so evenly distributed. We have that. Beautiful. Wow, that's awesome. My goodness. This is an efficient design. Look at that. That's so cool. Okay, I think we have a little bit more, so we need to flip the other side now. Just here. Or does that just... I'm trying to see what you did here. Is this just to close the other side of the back, right? Okay, I'm trying to coordinate myself. Because this way is this way, so then it's here, right? So, between here, I have, and then this opens, this opens, and then it closes back up on this one? Or is it, no, it closes on in between this. Is that right? Right here. I think this is to close the other side of the back. Okay, so it's like that. This is still inside here. I think I'm doing something wrong, Mark, or I'm overthinking it. So this doesn't actually shift anything. It's like... it's just bent. Good job at reading the folds. Thank you. I'm still a little bit... Okay, so like, here's the back of the leg, right? I'm assuming what it does is it wraps like this layer or the layer... one of the layers like that, right? But only on this side? I think something in here is wrong. What's shown is the valley. It's mountain. The valley. Mountain valley. Huh? You can send you pictures. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, so it's like the bottom edge that I'm not sure what is happening there. But I mean, already it looks like I have everything I need. I just don't have the closed back for the back of the leg. Like I could mush it, but obviously that's not right. Talking about efficiency, funny note, my Doctor Strange was originally going to be on a 48 grid, but I added 4 more to do some color changing magic. Ended up doing the model on a 52, but just white paper. Oh yeah, that's right. You didn't actually color change it. That is cool though that like you were planning for it and then just didn't use it. I feel that. Oh. Okay. So it does go out more. I see, Mark. I just looked at your fold. I see. Okay, so it's not quite the closed back. It's actually just even more details on this side. Okay. I see. And it goes to the top of that. Oh, to the very top. Okay, so it's like this, but then there's some sort of magic to make the transition unit 4 units high instead of 3. Oh. I got it. I think. Okay, so that folds there. Something swivels so that this is on top. Ooh. There's some weird stuff happening with between here. It happens between. Okay, maybe I should actually look at the crease pattern a little bit more. This one will mount and fold this way. Which goes here, and then this one is also folded already, so it's like a double swivels basically. Whoa, how does this work? Okay, this is funky a little bit. You have these. This one. Mountain. It's a gap, so that's the whole swivel. That goes inside. I think I'm overthinking this one again. Like, I get how there's enough room, I'm just not manipulating it correctly. Check Discord. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, okay, I got that one, and then the top part. Is it just folded over? Okay. We're going into focus mode real quick, guys. Alright, this is a detail that isn't really shown because a lot of the structure is hidden behind, but I want to get it because I appreciate the thought process behind this interesting maneuver thing. I get it now. I see. That is something. I don't know how you decided to come up with that, Mark, but interesting to get that. Just to not have, basically have a seam there, right? And that kind of locks back. Wow, interesting. Okay, okay, okay. That makes a lot more sense now. I don't know what I was trying to do. I think I was on the wrong grid when I was trying that as well. But that's cool. Okay, we got it. We got it. Thank you, Mark. All right. Nice thing is, even though it's a little bit messy in the back or in between all the layers, that looks pretty clean, right? Let me actually switch back to this camera, and you can see that it is decently clean if it loads back up. Maybe. Hello. Uh-oh. Camera, please. Do you not want to show yourself? I'm wondering if somehow my VPN is blocking. Hold on, guys. Hopefully stream doesn't drop. All right, I think we're back. And I think my VPN does... Okay, interesting to note. Don't use VPN while we are streaming, because it somehow blocks the connection. It must think it's a network or something. It is. Maybe that's how it's using it. Interesting. I might have to... I can probably like whitelist the device. All right, well, we're back and running. But it is decently clean. I have like a small paper creep right there, but that is there. And then later on, these will become the pattern like on the chest. And so this one, though I think I can I can thin it out a little bit more. So it's just one layer. And then we'll be good to go. Let's do the other leg now. So this is, although I don't know if you're still here, but this is kind of like the, not really the shaping, but the structural shaping. These are all the structural details, basically, that go into the shaping over there. All right. Here we have a ridge pleat. Which I have actually pre-creased some of it. Most of it. So that's how you fold those ridge pleats. Oh yeah. So actually, if you didn't have, let me undo this for you, Silverio. The easier way to do it, right? I kind of had it pre-creased. But if you don't have it pre-creased, I have it pre-creased to reduce unnecessary creases in the final model. But if you don't have it pre-creased, right? If you squash fold, all you have to do, right? You squash fold two of these, right? You pull out the tip here, and you pull out the tip here, like that, right? And then on the top one, you just pull, and then crease in the connecting points, right? So that's how you shift the ridge pleat up, right? And then it becomes longer. And then we're actually going to do the exact same thing again, but now that it's the length of 2, we can sacrifice 1 and still have it. So I like to pre-crease it right there. And take this next one. Squash. And there's like many variations to what you can do with these ridge pleats. I don't have to squash it all the way. Pull this one out. and then pull, right? I feel like my camera lost frames for some reason. It's like super buffering. Let me know if it looks like that to you guys too. Hopefully not. It might be like 20 frames or 18 frames. Yeah, and then you have your second one right here. Right, so that's how you do ridge pleats. While we're at it, I like ridge pleats. If this one is like a huge ridge pleat to get the part of the handle, right? So like this one's on the other side, but this one would just be start from the corner. Right, and in this case I did it like 3 times, I think. So pull out that corner, squash this one, pull out that corner, squash that one, pull out this corner. Maybe it's 4. Yeah, and then this would be the corner. No, one more. 5. Okay, just kidding. So here's the corner. Basically, now we did a ridge pleat through this entire stretch. Right, I don't actually have to squash it all down. I just form it along the one here, and then you can see I pre-creased the rest of them. If you didn't pre-crease it, it might be a little bit hard to keep this aligned all the way. So I pre-creased it just to be precise, but it's really easy to pre-crease. You just pre-crease this line, which is 22.5 all the way through. And basically, if you have just this one squash fold, you can just extend the crease line all the way. And then you can, the other creases are really easy to make. They just kind of automatically happen. So you don't really have to line too much stuff up, because it'll all line up for you. Right, you can kind of see that my pre-creases, right, they're not all Mountain Valley the right way, but I can kind of just line it up correctly and they collapse in. And since we did like, what was this, 3 or 4 layers, right, now our ridge pleat is really big because it took the length of those 5. It's actually a substantial pleat now. Right, it's actually almost a full unit, in fact. Or it's a little bit more. It's a little bit longer than 1 unit. Can you see that? Versus like our ridge pleats, right? This is the length of 1. It's really small. This is the length of 2. And this is the length of like 4. What kind of paper is it? It looks really nice to work with. Oh, hey, thank you, Silverio. Doing an excellent job as a moderator. Yes, it is that one. Your work is insane. Wow, thank you. Can't wait to get. Oh, you can be even better than B, Liam. But thank you. I'll take the compliment. Thank you. But yeah, that's ridge pleats. Hopefully that helped if anyone was curious. And for now, I'm just going to tuck that away inside because now you can treat it like a middle flat, right? Because it's long enough, basically. So it just hides in there for now. That's a fun one. Okay. Let's see. We need to finish the leg, right? So now it's this way. That's actually, now we need to pull this out. So let's find the right one. How far in here. Oh wait, mountain, valley, yeah, it's here. And there's something in here that should swivel it, I believe. Let's see. Should only have to go one. Okay, so I went a little bit too far. Or, I don't know if this one needs to go around. Layer management. If what I'm doing here, guys, if you're wondering, one of the greatest skills for solving crease patterns like this is to understand which layer is which. And then when you look at the crease pattern, be like, okay, the crease is like another layer past. Because even though you might have pre-creased everything, a lot of times it's hard to keep track of everything you've done. But if you can keep track, that itself is like really, really helpful for solving. And that's how I'm able to navigate the crease right there to get this where it needs to go. You know, after you understand the basic structures and whatnot, I think a lot of the rest of the skill is just understanding where everything is on the crease pattern. If you can do that, then you can get really, really far. Okay, let's start this off here, even though it's not exactly like that. Okay, what's the next thing to do? Let's do this stuff, but it's shifted down. I'll leave for a sec. No problem, dude. How do sword hilts work? I feel like the connection is weird and it's difficult to find. What to do with the front crotch flat area flap thing, and what do you do with the flap? Samurai version. Okay, sure. Let me show you. After I get this in place for you, Aloha. So stay tuned, and maybe get a. I mean, this will be saved on my channel. So no worries. Like, you can come back later, but you know, maybe if you want to get yourself a pen and paper to write down just really quick notes for yourself, so you don't have to spend time trying to find this section of the stream later on. Unless you get yourself a pen and paper, and in like 1 minute after I finish this fold, I will give you the answer using the other samurai, because it's definitely different than the flaps available in this one. Just a little bit. Alright, we got that. That was pretty clean. Now we just need to do the level shift around the outside right there, and we'll be good to go. Alright, so let's take a small break from there, and I'll explain the other Samurai version 4. Here we are, and we can actually use our Ori edit. We load the other crease pattern. Samurai version 4. And for anyone else, you can find this crease pattern on my website for free. All right, hopefully this is big enough for you to see. I can zoom like that if need be. So, and hopefully you can see my mouse, because I'll be using my mouse Aloha to point it out. Let's start with, I'll go in the order of your question. How did the sword hilts work? So, wait, this one. The hilt. So the hilt is right here, right? How this one works, this one's kind of interesting. Because the first thing you need to do, right? So, if we orientate it, right, with the connection unit, it's, or when you collapse it, it's like this. And then you swivel this down like that to make the handle, right? It consumes 1 unit to do this twist. And then what you do is we need to bring this out like that, and it just kind of sits out like this. And then we also flip this. So see, originally it was valley folded. Now we're doing basically an outside reverse fold. And the reason why it becomes a reverse fold, it's not a full reverse fold. It actually uses the connection right here to sit on top of that ridge pleat like this. And you want it in a way that the sword is kind of in the middle. So you can see like in the ends here, you want it to kind of, I don't think it is really like a 90 degree. Something like this. And then just try to tuck all the layers inside if you can. Obviously on this, the sword is thinned in half, right? So you would just take this layer, fold it in half, and then refold this right here. And you want to leave a little bit of room, right? So that the back here becomes the other part. This actually becomes the front of the hilt. Like that. And then your reverse fold will sit on top of that. Put in the middle-ish, like here. Right, and then you just gotta squish that down really tight. Fold that in half really tight and do the fingers. And oftentimes after you do the fingers, I just push in right there to like actually get the sword in line with the hilt. Because right now you can see it's like slightly off. So then it just needs to pull forward a bit until it's lined up. So that's how that works. Hopefully that made sense. I showed a similar thing in the tutorial for the Dragon Knight. It's basically the same. Now for the front crotch area, right? There's a bunch of pleats there with the swivel, right? That's pushed up because we won't want the torso too long. Like the torso is only 2 units tall. We want our hips to be here, and you can see that it's actually, the hips are disconnected from the torso. So they're in this perpendicular line, and the torso is leaned in that line, right? It's not perpendicular, but right, they're different lines. That's intentional for the stance of him angled forward, right? So it kind of depends on what pose you're doing. But basically, the crotch area flaps, one is up to hide the seam right there, and then this is just extra folded details that lies on top. This is that pattern thing, I believe is in the crease pattern. That's this thing right here. And then the rest of it is just like valley folded out to the side, and then like I fold a crimp through all the layers up. And then on the very edges, I just valley fold up to give a slight bezel. Right, and that's pretty much it. For the back flaps, so one of the back flaps is this thing on this side, and then the other one, right, you can see, sits underneath the sheath, and it's another just kind of side flap, basically. Just kind of give the battle dress. And they're asymmetrical, so it's not the exact same. I just give it some bezel for detail. However, in Mark's version, they're the same. So that's one improvement on Mark's over mine. And then the middle flap, that really long middle flap, that's right here. Actually, it's inverted in a crease pattern. Is this bottom part of the armor here. Because this up here is this section. This right here is that section. And that's how I do the fully closed back. And you can kind of see from underneath, right? You can see that seam right here. But when you look at it from here, it's hard to tell. Hopefully that helped. And if anyone else wants to have a shot at the Samurai version 4, not Mark's version, you can go ahead and try that out too. This one is definitely way easier to fold than this one. This one's actually, so like, I actually wouldn't say the Samurai version 4 is not hard to fold. It's pretty hard to shape. I think the helmet shaping is a little difficult, and the face shaping is pretty difficult. Mark's version is the chest is hard to collapse-ish, harder to collapse, and the legs are, like, you saw the trouble it gave me, right? So you can maybe tell from that, just it'll be a little bit of an adventure at the start. But yeah, I mean, you can figure it out. It's nothing's too hard, right? Cool. Yeah, take your time. And if you can't figure it out, all you gotta do is improvise. And just make it look as close as you can to mine, or to whatever you want it to look like. That's the ultimate path to success, right? Or the 0% chance for failure. If you improvise, you never fail, right? No, I'm kind of kidding, but I'm kind of not. At least that's what I try to do. If I can't figure out the exact structure or something, I just try to shape it to what I think will be good enough. All right. So we're doing pretty good. I need to finish this leg. It's super close to being done. We're not quite done yet. Let me get a quick refresher on how I did this. Okay, so it's this one that opens up. It swivels along that side. These little swivel things, man, they can go so many different directions. They're super useful for transitioning, but when you read a crease pattern, you have to be like, okay, which kind of swivel is this going? Where is it? Like, the layer order matters just a little bit more to determine which way is it actually supposed to go. Okay, and then for here, we need to do these transitions. Maybe I should have done that first. Nah, we're fine. And then this one. Matter of the few. I've been doing origami for about a year with mostly double tissue and made a fairly decent Black Essence fish out about a week ago. Awesome. How much would you say I have to learn before I could take this on? Oh, ooh. Before you take the one I'm folding on, or the regular version 4? I think there's actually quite a huge gap between my version 4 and this one. Um, I mean, since these are crease pattern based, right? That's the first skill to learn, is you need to be able to know how to read the crease patterns. That's kind of its own subset. But say, for instance, just pure folding ability. If you already knew how to fold crease patterns, how far can you get? The fact that you're using double tissue is pretty good. I think you would need to learn how to make a larger square of double tissue, so like 60 centimeters double tissue. Like this one I'm folding right here. It's not the largest once it's collapsed, right? Like this is big, but these details are super tiny, and this is a 60 centimeter square. And I think that 60 centimeter for this is the most optimal size to use. And when I mean optimal, I mean you shouldn't use anything less than this size, basically, or you're gonna run into some problems. So yeah, there's a few like core skills I think you need to learn, and then after that it's just practice and shaping. Maybe fold a different, easier humanoid box pleat that's then you can practice shaping, so you don't commit 20 hours to folding it as your first humanoid. But maybe practice like 2 or 3, and then you can try taking on a samurai like this, and it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I at least my way of folding, which this isn't everyone's path, but at least if anyone asks me advice, I always try to make things so that it's not hard. Like when I did Ryujin, when I was actually able to complete it, I made sure it was easy for me to do. Basically, that's the level of build up I got myself to before, fully sending the whole thing. So I think take your time to practice similar, easier models, and it's gonna make it like way easier to do these seemingly hard models, because I feel like if it's difficult, then the shaping is gonna not turn out so great. When the folding's easy, then you can spend the rest of your energy shaping it beautifully. I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope you kind of get what I mean in terms of like the practice that you want to make sure you have before you take this on. I think even a lot of intermediate folders, like the biggest mistake, I think more intermediate folders make this mistake than beginners, is jumping into the too hard, like you're learning really fast, but you don't quite understand what's the difference between a complex model and a super complex model, and then a super complex model and an even more super complex model that has super complex shaping, if that makes sense. So like I would say, let me think, like a good example is a lot of intermediate folders fold Walking in the Rain, which that's like a complex fold with really difficult shaping. And when I mean difficult shaping, it's really difficult to get it anything close to obelisk fold, right? So you see a lot of half-shaped or slightly undershaped Walking in the Rain models. Like sure, they folded it, but the shaping was very, very half-baked compared to obelisks. And it's not necessarily a mistake. Not everyone's looking to fold it like obelisk, but if I were to, like, the best piece of advice I were to give to someone who wants to fold at my level would be don't fold the Walking in the Rain yet. Fold something easier, learn to actually shape before you send a model like that. It's you don't really want to use that model as the model to learn shaping, because it's not really how it works with that one. Although, one more question. Will you be showing Mark's version of the crease pattern or no? Yeah, Mark, one day you'll see it. Just trust. Sooner than later, depends. Oh, yeah, yeah. You want to do that, Mark? Well, I'll do that. So guys, when this photo, I won't spoil too much, but whenever these photos come out, there's going to be, it's probably going to be 1,000 likes to release the crease pattern. And it's going to be a potentially joint post with me and Mark. So, yeah. Be on the lookout for that, and hopefully we'll hit the mark quickly. No pun intended. And hopefully me and Mark can also finish folding these quickly too. Shaping's definitely going to take probably longer, but I think my schedule's a little bit busy the next couple of weeks, so uh, expected in September, I would say. Uh, but yeah, okay, this was a lot easier or cleaner second time around. So okay, so matter of the few actually. You can take this example, right? I was almost really messy on this side, but after doing it on this side, like this side was a no, like it was so easy, right? It was like way cleaner. But ideally, that learning step, right, happens a little bit earlier than when you're actually folding the model. At least in my case, I was able to keep it clean, the structure clean, even though I was fidgeting with it quite a lot. So that there's, you know, I don't have to restart, or I didn't really make anything, I didn't mess up basically. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. You know, it should be encouraging. Like, you don't have to do all these crazy models yet. You know, there's a lot to origami besides stuff like this. So there's no need to jump the gun. You know, you got time. I always tell people, if you gotta have fun with it. You know, if you're having the most fun, then you're doing it right. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. And a lot of times, it's not very fun when you try something too hard, get stuck, and think that you can't pass. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that helps. Okay, so here's our sheath. We need to do this now, and I think that's it. Okay, this I'm gonna have to look at the crease pattern a bit for, because I didn't pre-crease the middle as much as I should have, I think, or did I go back and pre-crease it? I'm not sure. I think this is where it's supposed to be. And there's supposed to be 2 more flaps out to the side. It's like here. Or more. 2. It's gonna be 6 wide. Yeah, like this. So it'll be. Maybe this is not on the right axis. 3, 3. Oh, I see. Yeah. I think it'll be easier if we count from this side. So it's going to be... Oh, it's inverted. Oh, that makes so much more sense now. Okay. I see. Ah, you're tricky here, Mark. Oh, snap, it's inverted. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Is it just this flap that's inverted, or is the other side inverted too? No, the whole thing is inverted. Okay. I believe I pre-creased the hinges for that, though. Did I? And then where is our... Okay, maybe let's not have this pulled out yet. I think that's just gonna mess us up. Mark, boys, it's make is making this look easy to fold. For real, guys, this is not easy to pull. Yeah, no. This is like guys, I'm not kidding. This is way harder than this. Even though they're really close to the same model, this one's way harder. Like way harder. Like no joke. I think you guys might have seen the stream where I folded this one or the red version, and easy speed run, like 5 hours. This, it's already been 2 hours, and I already had half of it collapsed, right? So, and I had put in like 6 to 8 hours into that already. Just like, yeah. So, this one's pretty hard, I would say. I've been folding a lot of Satoshi Kimiya's works and trying to shape those. Next, I'll probably look into your crease pattern. Yeah. There's definitely, what I did is I like wrote myself out a list of steps on like what to learn. So I had different diagrams I wanted to challenge myself with, different crease patterns I challenged myself, and I just took the journey, and it was really fun that way. So yeah, it sounds good. Fold what you think is most fun, and you're doing it right. Okay. So here, where's the intersection? So 3 down would be here. And this is where some of the inversion starts. So I should have mountain folds pre-creased here, which I do. Okay, good. So let's just follow these. I'm going to unfold this, actually, and then or part of it, so I can follow these mountain folds, because we got to invert the creases. And here. Maybe I should have done this for... No, it's okay. I think it's fine. It's on the edge. It should be okay in theory. And then let's just get it started all the way to the edge, and then we should be able to push this, invert this underneath. Let me see. This is always a good side. True. Matter of the few. Yeah, it makes sense. I've been going through your crease pattern guide. It's great stuff. I'll go through some models with varying difficulties of shaping. Thanks for advice. Yes, no problem. Good question, by the way. Very good question. Learn real obligatory wet paper using question. Oh yes, so this is a mulberry paper by Legion Papers, and Silverio, if you're still here and you still have that crease pattern linked, you mind dropping it again? But this is the same paper I did the Crunchyroll Hime out of. So if you watch that video, it was sponsored by Legion Papers, and they gave me a ton of this stuff, and it's really good. So yeah, if you'd like to check out more information about that, that would be the place to do it. It's really great paper. Like, it's about the same thickness as Wenjo, but it has the strength properties of regular mulberry, but without the annoying large uneven fibers. And you can tell it's really crisp, right? So this is like very light acrylic with MC treating, but even if it's just MC treating, like here's just MC treating, and it's still like, the fact that it can hold itself together with these pleats is, if you've done a lot of box pleating, it's impressive that it naturally locks this well, or at least it should be. Like, that's a good sign of the paper, especially when you're shaping. It makes it really easy, or not. It doesn't make it easy. It makes it better, question mark, or more. It's a better experience to shape with. I don't know, but it's nice. It's really nice. Okay, we're gonna keep going. A couple more layers here. And then the other pair is all the way down here. Okay. So that's good that we have them. I'm gonna trust that this is the right... Actually, I shouldn't trust. I should count. I'm gonna count to make sure these are the right amount of units down. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 units down. Is that the same here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Ah, we caught ourselves. Okay. So that's the right hinge, but the reverse folds are 2 up. So it's 10 up. Good thing we didn't start reverse folding the wrong. This is why you check twice, fold once. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There we go. So we need reverse folds along here. And this one doesn't quite go all the way through because there's the other transition unit, but I can kind of, I can do it most of the way. Let me see how it goes. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7, facing downwards. This continues into the hinges, so that's the unit there. That's a swivel, cross 2, and we do the same thing until we hit the next set. So all the way down, mountain, fold. So this is how you do a reverse fold across the entire layer through to invert this gigantic flap. And it's actually multiple flaps, but you can think of it as one flap if you invert the entire thing. Again, this is where I bring up the skill of knowing exactly where you are on your crease pattern with your paper. So you can tell, like, I like to count out loud. Even when I'm not on stream, I'll probably count out loud, or at least in my head, but out loud helps remember, like, a little bit easier where you are on the crease pattern. So here's the intersection. There's our 2 reverse folds. That's looking good. That should be a mountain all the way across still. But after that, okay, so this one is a weird thing, which is fine. It's a swivel, and then this is where the reverses start, and this one's a mountain. Okay, so here's our mountain, and that's the start. It level shifts there, and then just inverts across, so like this. There we go. Like that. So now that we have this in place, it's going to make it a lot easier for us to do the rest of this area. Thanks, Silverio. Yeah, Boyce is a monster. Can't wait to see it. Dude, I'm excited to see this finished thing too. Even just finishing the base is really exciting for me. So then I got to shape it. Oh yeah, this part is how you get a 4-unit flat with just 1 unit level shifter. Yeah, Mark, you're nuts, dude. Guys, if you think I'm cracked, Mark is even more cracked. He designed this part. It's pretty nuts. It's really smart, and I'm glad I'm folding it because I am like actively learning from folding this and understanding why Mark chose to do the shifts in this way and whatnot. Like, it's making sense. It's making sense. Like, it kind of makes sense to me from looking at the crease pattern, but folding it myself, it's like the extra spatial lesson, the visual lesson. I'm putting the pieces together in my head as I fold. And that's one of the... Actually, since we were on the topic earlier about folding more complex models, if you find yourself able to start doing that, so like, say for instance you're folding Satoshi's Divine Boar, right, the Ino Shishigami. If you're folding and your mind starts to be like, oh, I see now that this pre-crease from step like 13 is here, and it's helping me squash fold this, which is going to become the pleats. And the thing we squash folded was a flap, basically from a bird base that has a big graft in the middle of it. And then we squash it again and close sync to get the individual pleats. You know, when your mind starts to like understand the design process and the sequence And this happens normally after you learn to read crease patterns a bit. You know, that's super beneficial for folding other designers' models to learn. Like, that's a super good tool. It's basically what I'm doing here with Mark's revision of my design. Water break. So I'm learning the different parts that Mark used instead of the parts that I used. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. Is there a video on your channel for treating mulberry and other types of paper? I don't believe so. Oh, it's on my Instagram. Like a very brief, like a 30-second video on my Instagram about treating paper. You can watch the glue stick double. Oh no, it's just kidding. Don't watch that one. Let me think about what's the one that I treat paper in. I'm not sure. I do plan though. Basically, I'm gonna make a video. It's gonna be titled something like, I don't know, every tip I know about treating origami paper, and it'll be every single tip I've picked up over the years from making double tissue, treating paper, etc. Because like before, when I was thinking of making that video, I kept learning new tricks. But now after a couple of years, I think, you know, I'm still not the greatest, honestly. There's people that are just absolutely amazing at treating paper, but like I at least know the tricks. You know, I might be too lazy to do them, but I can make a video decent enough for people to go off of. But that video, I don't know when I'm gonna make that video. It'll happen sometime. You could probably check out the plant psychologist video on making double tissue. It's basically the same, but just with one sheet, right? You just don't do 2 sheets, and it's all good. Yeah. This is not up there. Just like this. My oh my. This is pretty satisfying. So like now that we got this, now this will make sense. Ideally. And this should not be opened up here. Well, I guess it can... I could just do it like that too, but I kind of want to try it the way Mark did it. You know what? Whatever. We're gonna just do it this way. This works too. Okay, at least for staging it. Hang on there. I'll get to chat in a second. I just want to lock this into place. It keeps coming out. There we go. And from the underside. Alright. think this is right. I'm definitely missing the swivel part that's supposed to be there, but that's because I kind of locked it in there. But I don't think I'd need to fully fold it out, do I? I think it's good enough. All right, let's see. Might need to. No, yeah, it works. It works. I just got one more through here. Try not to squish anything else inside. It's not supposed to. Put that out. Boom. Cool, cool, cool. Get this part in here. Nice, nice, nice. Let this swivel down. All right. Now it's in the middle. All right, that was very interesting. But that's really cool, Mark. It's kind of same process. Because we inverted it, it lets it come across this way and close up. I think what I did on mine, right, is the opposite. I didn't invert this side. So when I shifted out, it shifted this way, meaning that I couldn't wrap it this way. It had to swivel down. And that's why it is where it is, instead of using it for like the back area over here. I see the vision. I see. Okay, let me look. Okay. Silverio is not allowed to pin. My bad. Okay, let me pin. That's interesting. Maybe it's I'll check the mod settings. I might have to add that. We can pin that paper. Mark, still waiting for the paper tier list. Spoiler, Alan's painted Wenjo might be at the top fighting Origami though. Mark, I am still waiting for my Alan painted Wenjo, but I think you might be right. So when I get my hands on that, that'll get us a little bit closer to that that tier list. Silverio might be able to finish the dragon skeleton today. Oh, sweet, dude. Yo, drop some progress photos in the members Discord if you have the chance. That'll be super cool. And the camera died again? All right, we're back to this one. Yeah, man, I think my poor camera, it's dying, dude. It's overheating faster and faster. How sad. Well, I think this is still better than the GoPro days, but wish it was a little bit better. Let me fix the exposure on this one really quickly. Okay. And then if the autofocus starts freaking out, let me know. Oh, it's freaking out. Okay. Okay. Everything's freaking out now. No. Hopefully this one's okay. I think part of it is due to my monitor shaking and it's trying to stabilize it. Okay. And then the autofocus on this webcam is like way worse than on my other camera. Only progress picture I've taken so far is from the paper and the crease pack. Ah, nice. Nice. All good, all good. All right. So I'm also making like a reel for Legion paper with the samurai. So before I continue, I'm actually going to take a quick video. If you guys watched the Crunchyroll Hime or the in the Phoenix one, I did a time lapse of folding, right? But it was it wasn't really a time lapse. It was just like stitched clips of me folding different parts, and I think that translates a lot better to the viewer than like a full minute of like 30x speed folding. You know what I mean? At least I think so, and probably for non-folders as well. So we're gonna quickly grab a video. This is my tripod right there. And I'm just gonna unfold one of these and then refold it. So let's do this. All right, and that is enough, I think, for now. And we can continue with, there's a couple more things we need to do on the back. Right, so it's like this really wide 4-unit area, but we have to change this into the 2x2, just like our just like this. It's the same structure as this here. Or wait, I have this one. So that tessellation is going to look like this. It's basically it's actually the same size. Actually, it'll be like that, except the square twist instead of this. To do that, let's flip this way. And then let me see where Mark puts the transitions for the bottom. Oh, it's just folded over. Okay, so it's like... Oh, and it's closer to the... Where's the edge? It's... here. 2 from the edge. Okay. It unfolded itself a little bit. That's fine. Okay, and then same thing on this side. Split this into 2. That way, when we do our pattern, there's a layer underneath it on each side. This. Like that. Yeah, I would never have been able to think up this structure with the inverted arrangement that Mark figured out. But now, since I folded it, I can probably use a similar technique for future designs. Very nice, Mark. Very nice. Can't you just clip it from the live stream? It's not high res enough, and I need it in a 9:16 format instead of the 16:9. It's going to be an Instagram reel and a TikTok for the paper company. The iPhone is high enough quality for me, but... Oh my goodness, I see. Okay, so first thing we got to do is... Let's do... this one. And then... Should we do this one first? I feel like we should do the middle ones first. I feel like the edges are... Oh, no. Okay, good. It runs the same way. It goes here. Good. Like that. It's like, I think it would make sense if Mark did the same thing as in the legs. And he did. Okay, that makes it easier. Let's do this edge first then, because this is kind of the dependent angle. This is interesting. I probably should have pre-creased this one. I think I said that for like most of these. Now it's like, man, it would have been way easier if I actually pre-creased it. It's like now I have to basically keep these layers apart as I get the creases in the right spot very precisely, and then shove it back into its slot right here, which that wasn't as bad this time around, and then it folds back. But now this is a very nice, comfortable structure right there. And the next one should be a little bit easier. That same kind of thing. We have to keep this open underneath at the same time as we pinch in these creases, since we didn't pre-crease it. Like that. Okay. And I want to unfold it a little bit. Let's put it back, collapse it. There we go. But yeah, so like I'm making this stuff look easy. This is these are one of the things where like there's not much to grab, so it's a lot of finger dexterity to actually get it to fold like that. The paper is also helping a bit, but yeah, it's a very dexterous move, I'll say. Like here, I'm going to do this layer here, and these in the back are all going to swivel underneath kind of, but let's just get the creases out of the way. So we're like changing the axis here just to get these ones started, and then these ones are gonna push in, but I think it'd be better to do the other side at the same time. So let's just grab this here, or no, we can just swivel that like this. So we're just folding through the crease patterns. I don't think I need a crease pattern anymore. Just swivel through these layers here. Let that lie flat. Let this one lay flat. And then this one. This way. Through the layers that close. Fold like that. And get this as tight as possible to get it as corners as precise as possible, so that our square twist looks good. All right. Ooh, that was probably the hard one. I think this one was the hard one. The other one shouldn't be as hard. Small finger break, and then let's see the second one, to use the nice camera to uh-oh. There we go. So we have this one now. Right, so the internal structure of what I did is basically, it looks like this locked on the inside. See how it's swiveled in on these halves? And then it's just like a regular flap on that end. Right? But that part is the tricky part on here, because it's level shifted on top of this area. And that's why it made it a little bit more difficult. The middle side, it was actually easy. It's just folded through an extra layer. Yeah, not too bad. And this side should be easier. There's one. And that side will probably also be cleaner than the other one too. I posted some super low quality progress pictures. All right, let's take a look at them real quick. I just want to see. Oh, and Mark sent me a picture of... Wow, Mark, yours look really clean. Okay, I'm doing it right, though. I see that I'm doing it correctly. So that is good news. Oh, let's go. Oh, yeah, you got all those middle flaps out, dude. Man, that's looking really cool. Dude, mega props to Silverio, dude. You've like leveled up. Like, since I first saw your folds and stuff, I gotta say, man, you're getting there. You're really getting there. Mega props. All right, everyone else in the chat has no idea what it looks like yet, so you're just gonna have to wait. Go follow Severio on Instagram. Yeah. And look out for that ancient dragon skeleton. Learn will... Oh, hey, look at that. Thank you for joining the membership. Sweet. Under the members tab... Okay, so you get to see what it looks like. Very exciting. If you go to the members tab, there should be like community posts, and there will be a link to the Discord there. So you can go click that, and we'll see you in the Discord. Had to do with all these streams. Hey, yeah, you also get access to some of the previous archived streams as well. So I think you'll be pretty happy with some of the content that you just unlocked yourself there, and thank you so much for the support. And we'll see you in the Discord. Let's go. Also, you get access to the Minecraft server if you play Minecraft. Very exciting. So you actually did the same structure on your tessellation before folding the samurai. That was lucky. Right, actually, you're right, Mark. I didn't realize, like, this specific thing in there, I had been practicing when I was doing these tessellation stuff, because it's, oh, well, you can't really see on this one, it's locked, but it's relatively the same, right? So that was good practice for understanding what that insane mess of hinges are between, right? You know what I'm talking about, Mark. In between these, like if you look on the crease pattern, I'm pretty sure that would scare a lot of people. But now that I know, I was just ignoring it. I'm like, oh, I know what that is. It's just this. It was very lucky that I had practiced that. I bet if I didn't do that, I might have freaked out a little bit, and then it would have taken a lot of more fidgeting before I was like, oh, it's just like this. And then I think actually in the middle the layers didn't matter, but the other one, the layer mattered just a little bit to not get stuck. Or no, that was on the legs, to not get stuck. But same kind of deal. But yeah, actually, Mark, there's a lot of potential with this thing right here. Low key. Lots of stuff to develop with that. I think for future designs and future patterns. But you guys heard it here first. Mark was first on that structure, at least in terms of figuring it out before I did. I guess we both independently got there, right? Mark in redesigning my samurai and me through randomly designing a tessellation that so happened to be very, very similar. By the way, can you release the mod crease pattern on your server? Oh, yeah. Sounds good. Let me drop that right now, actually. Actually, okay, so I have the old... Oh, no, I have it on my phone. Okay. It's like on my computer, I have the old version. Oh, no, this one should still work, actually. But hold on, my brain is starting to lag. I'll send it, guys. So if you join the Discord, you'll see it. Hey, let's go. Limrill, gonna join that Minecraft server. Sweets. And then crease patterns. This one. Alright. There you go. Members, you guys can... So, the part I'm talking about is the middle left area. You'll see a bunch of hinges that are kind of crazy looking next to the pattern. That stuff is... that stuff's a little scary. Just a tad. All right, and then that's these. Very nice. So we are really close to being done, actually, with the structure. I think all we have left is the arm ones, which are significantly easier than the legs and the chest and the back armor. And then we just have the shape. And the fingers, which are still really annoying on this hand. Actually, no, they're a little bit less annoying. No, they're still really annoying. Just kidding. Really annoying fingers. We'll pre-crease them now, though. Might as well. At least this one doesn't have a cursed thumb. Okay, there's our pre-creasing. We're gonna worry about these ones. I'm gonna do that off stream. I think it'll be way too boring. That's like another 30 minutes for both shoulders. Maybe we'll do these fingers really quick because they're really easy, and except for the annoying part, which is the general structure. And then we'll call that a stream for now. And then everyone, you'll have to wait, or you'll see progress photos in the membership Discord. So members will get to see the more progress on this. I'll probably still keep the final reveal a secret, but you'll probably get the first sneak peek, at least of mine over there. But that will be it for the folding of this samurai. Let's see, we went on for 2.5 hours, which we actually did pretty good progress. There's still a lot more to do, like all the patterns on the other parts. So at least we did one. We did the chest one, which I don't know how long that took me, but it wasn't short. fingers. Done. Structurally done. And then normally I sync them again, which is the annoying part, to thin them out. But hey, that's looking pretty good, right? And then we still have that disconnected hip thing. So like this right here, even though it's not all the way through the model, I think it's still enough, especially with this on top, that, right, you can see how we can shimmy it a little bit. Here's our other one. How exciting is that? This is looking really cool. Again, big shout out to Mark. It's extremely, extremely impressive. Yeah, super impressive redesign. And Mark did this quickly too. Like the design phase for this, he had the spark of idea really fast and was like, boom. It's just taken me forever to getting to fold it, but yeah, that crease pattern might change when we get to the shaping part of the collab too. That's a good point. The center leg armor doesn't look right. It's 1 unit. Oh, is this supposed to be 1 unit down? Oh, I see. So there's you're right. I didn't add that one. Okay. We can stay here a little bit longer, I think, right? Let me verify on the crease pattern really quick. Yes. Like that. Same thing on the other side. Invert the crease. Oh, can we? Got that one back. Okay. One of two. And this one. Same thing, but should be a little bit easier. One more on this side. Nice, the crease naturally inverted for us, or reversed for us. Like that. There you go, that's lined up for the waist. There we go. We have it. Thanks, Mark. Good catch. And then now this is just 1 unit thick as well. Well, there you have it, guys. That is quite the base, if I must say. The final samurai stream. Yeah, I don't think I'll stream to shaping. The thing is, when I shape, like, it's gonna look like this, like for most of this stream. Or here's a what we're just wearing tweet. Like it's gonna be like this. You know, it's really hard for me to actually hold it in frame when I'm actually shaping like I normally shape. Like my head is just gonna block the camera, and I probably would not be able to talk with the focus. That or just be like a talking stream, and I'll shape like one thing for like 3 hours. So in order to finish it, I'll probably do the rest off stream. Yeah. If I don't, no, yeah, I think I'll do the rest off stream. I don't think I'll stream it. However, there's gonna be other streams. So I kind of already showed you guys. Let's put this guy to the side for now. Another project I'm working on is my tessellation design. Right, so this is a good thing to fold because I can talk a lot while doing this. It's pretty brainless. See, I have 8 of these already. It's a lot easier to do these than in the back, even though it's like the same structure, just because it's thinner on both sides. There's 8 here. I need to do 56 more, but thankfully they're all pre-creased. Right, but this will be my first tessellation design. It'll be pretty cool. And I kind of already spoiled a little bit, so I'll show it again. But basically, these squares, it's not the square twist, but it's kind of like an eye. Mark told me it reminded him of like the Eye of Mordor, which is kind of like a cat eye. I think it was actually modeled after a cat eye. Right, this paper's kind of crinkly, but I think you can kind of see the outlines of an eye. And even if you can't, it's like a cool hexagon type shape. And there's going to be 64 of them packed into this square. And I think it's going to be cool. At least I hope it's cool. I think it's different. But that'll be a cool stream. And while I'm doing this may or may not happen. Instead of me talking, what I want to do is, as I'm folding, we'll also be reacting to other origami videos. So I might put together like a playlist of origami videos I like to watch. So maybe there'll even be like we'll review the origami battles, maybe some of Fearless Flourish's videos, you know, some really cool time lapses that I think are well done, maybe like by Bodo or Yuho. And it'll kind of be like a hangout, chatting, reviewing, watching, reaction type stream as I fold this, because y'all are gonna get sick and tired of me folding this after like the 3rd unit if that's the entire stream. So we'll try that format out. I'm gonna get permission from the YouTubers I watch from, even though I technically don't need it. I'm gonna get permission from them so that we can watch their videos on my channel and keep that stream archived instead of unarchived. That way people can go back and watch it later. That's the plan. I don't know when that stream's going to happen. My life's kind of crazy right now, so time is weird. But at least we got this one in. I have one more set of interviews from the Origami USA convention as well. So look out for that when I finish editing that video. Again, not sure when that's going to come out, but it's whenever I get the time to work on it. And yeah, a lot of cool, exciting stuff, I think, planned. This collab, this tessellation design, that stream idea, videos, all that sorts of stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today as we finished up folding this model. I think this is the hardest model I've streamed on my channel. Yeah, I've streamed Ryujin. I think this is more challenging to fold than the Ryujin. Ryujin's kind of easy. Just repetitive. But yeah, y'all were here, so thank you so much. Thank you, Limril, for joining the membership. If anyone else thinks that is interesting, feel free to join. If also I'm hosting an origami competition, if that interests you, feel free to join that too. It's a dragon folding competition. It's ending this month, so if you want to participate, or at least check it out, you know, if you know friends to participate, tell them to register soon. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna wrap up the stream, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya. Hey, congrats, Silverio, for entering university. Very nice. Scalp stream with permission? Yes, absolutely scalp stream. Should be fun. Oh, and Mark is gonna do a tessellation too. Let's go. Is this the secret ending of the stream? Whoa. All right, for real. See you guys. Thanks for watching. Well, bye bye.